Hi guys, okay, so I'm going to speak again about animal agriculture. As I mentioned before, I'm using Instagram less of a personal platform to post personal stuff and more for just trying to be an activist and raise awareness, etc. So I'm getting more and more people following my stuff that are in line with this or want to learn more, and in return I get responses. I get people messaging me about my posts, asking me questions, asking me for advice, how to go vegan or what can they do to make a difference. So anyways, I got a response back to the photo I shared on my story, which was of a pig in the carry trucks. The pig is being sent to a slaughterhouse. So I posted this photo. It didn't write anything on it. It was just the eyes of the pig, like a close-up of its face, and its eyes said 1,000 words. So the response I got back from a follower was, "Oh, this photo really ruined my day." And I said, I'm posting it on purpose so that I can evoke emotion in people so that they can understand that these animals don't want to die. We are not designed to eat meat. And I gave the comparison to if you had a baby or a toddler, and just like any animals in the animal kingdom, the mama teaches the toddler what it needs to do in the wild, and it's like basic instincts in all animals to have their way of life play out in front of them. So for example, lion cubs start instinctively trying to catch lizards and bugs and mice, and then they kill them. Do they sometimes eat them? Do they sometimes not? Besides the point, they are practicing to kill out of instinct. And also they eat all forms of their kills raw. And to kill the animals, they kill it with their teeth and their claws. So I gave the analogy, the comparison. If you had a toddler, would you be teaching your toddler right now to instinctively kill? It's not in a baby. It's not in a toddler. If you're going to put a toddler with an animal, by nature, they want to hug the animal and play with it. Us humans eat meat cooked and with spices on. Our anatomy, our instinct is not in line with killing animals and eating them raw. Now, what I mean by that is, if you look at my hands, I don't grow huge claws. And even if I did let my nails grow out, they wouldn't be strong enough to be like a wild animal's to rip through flesh. My teeth are the same style of teeth as herbivores. We have the same teeth as the animals that graze on vegetation and fruit. We do not have teeth to rip out flesh and grab an animal at a chokehold with our jaws and squeeze at its jugulars till it dies. We don't have that physical anatomy. Our intestines are way longer than a lion's, for example. Our digestive system relies on fruit and vegetable to function well, because if a human eats too much meat or too much dairy, what do? You get stomach problems, you get diarrhea, you get constipation, excessive bloating, etc. Anyways, I'm in this discussion trying to reach out my point to the specific individual who, again, I'm speaking with respect. I can't get angry at anyone who wants to have an argument with me, because on all vegan platforms or activist platforms, you're always going to get people questioning what you say. Oh, my leg went numb. Oh God. So the fact that people question us, they're engaging in the post and they're looking at it, what we have to say, and we as vegans, as activists, have to always keep a level of respect so that no one has hatred towards this lifestyle, this ethical way of living. I chose to be vegan, chotophagi in Greek. I chose to be this because, first of all, I had health issues which a doctor a homeopathic doctor is the one that told me, hey, try a vegan diet out, your health will improve. He told me to watch all of these documentaries. I had no idea what animal agriculture consisted of. I had no idea how slaughterhouses functioned. But I claimed I was an animal lover. I was very, very quick to say, oh my God, I love animals, I'm an animal lover. But then I didn't realize the concept of loving animals, but then putting them on your plate and eating their bodies is total hypocrisy. So my biggest motivation besides improving my health was watching the documentaries, bawling my eyes out and saying that I do not want to be a part of this pain and this unethical, inhumane industry. And that's almost 9 years that I'm closing as this way of thinking. I shifted my focus, my consciousness to make sure that I don't partake in pain and suffering. So when people want to argue with why I've chosen, why all of us vegans have chosen the way we've decided to eat, why do people want to argue against those who just simply want to eat peaceful meals and not have to think about a murdered body? I can't explain to you, but maybe if you ever decide to switch to vegan, you'll understand what I mean. You physically cannot even force yourself to eat a piece of meat because it repulses you. Your heart breaks at the sight of steak. It's not like, oh, you smell it or you look at a piece of this or piece of that and you're like, oh, I really want it. No, because you're looking at it as a corpse, and it's just barbaric in my eyes these days. You know, I go to the grocery store, if I pass a slaughterhouse, what do you call them? Like a deli that's got like fresh meats, and you just see these animal body parts hanging around there. You look at it and you're like, Jesus, this is just, it's a graveyard. It's a dead zone. There's just a bunch of dead bodies. Like, I can't see that as food. And I realized when I looked at the situation through the animal's point of view, it's terrifying what they have to endure and go through. Dairy industry is the same thing. Egg industry is the same. Egg industry, as I've mentioned, it's very cruel. They grind up all the male baby chickens. Imagine all these baby chicks. They've just hatched. If they're female, they get sent to produce either more eggs or be killed for chicken breast, because the females make good chicken breast for humans. But if they're a male, they're deemed as useless, so they get thrown into a live grinder just minutes after they've been born, or a couple hours after they've been born. I don't know what the exact time frame is, but it's very quickly done. They're not going to waste money to send them to a sanctuary, to let them roam free, to feed them, to hydrate them, to house them. No one's interested in that. They just throw them in a grinder. When we take the time to look at what we're doing, it's an animal holocaust. It's cruel. It's unnatural as well to artificially inseminate all the animals. With all the crops used to feed all of these animals, world hunger would be eliminated. And that concept also drives me crazy, because you can end world hunger by stopping animal agriculture, by using the food produced for all the animals to give to the human. We would not have so many cows, pigs, chickens, lambs, etc. if it wasn't for humans breeding them at an abnormal rate. So just as much as humans are overpopulated, we have now overpopulated the planet by breeding farm animals at an unnatural rate, more than the natural world designed for it to be. And that's just clear evidence that to rape a cow, to make her constantly pregnant, to make babies, to make milk, to then send them all to slaughterhouses, it's so unnatural. I don't know where the future of mankind's going to go, but we truly need to shift our focus and restore balance in our natural world. It is so out of balance. That's all. Have a good day, and if you took the time to watch all of this, thanks. if anybody wants any advice on how to go vegan or what they can eat, because people think that all you have is to eat carrots and lettuce, please let me know, because I can help you come up with very healthy recipes and affordable solutions for your home, because going vegan is not expensive. Do you know what's expensive about going vegan? When you go and buy all of the meat replacements like Beyond Beef and all the processed vegan items are usually very expensive. So people look at a packaged item and say, oh, going vegan is expensive, look how expensive this is. Well, no. To eat vegan in a healthy way, you don't need to have all of this processed stuff. You eat whole foods. You buy your foods all raw and ready to cook and create your own recipes. If you don't want to, you can afford eating the meat alternatives and all of the processed items, no problem. But also be aware of the fact that if you decide to switch to a vegan diet and you're not properly fueling your body with enough vitamins, etc., you're not going to feel great. Even if you weren't feeling great as a meat eater and then you switch to a vegan diet eating a bunch of processed stuff, you're still not going to feel great. You need to make sure that you're actually eating healthy so that your body doesn't feel like it's failing you in this switch. And that's why a lot of people are like, oh, I didn't feel good when I went vegan. First of all, you need a couple months, about 6 months of detoxing, all the antibiotics, all of the hormones that animal products gave to your body. Then, after detoxing, your body needs to readapt to creating platforms of nutrition to start aiding in all of your organs that were deprived of nutrition because of eating a very unhealthy diet. So anybody who knows, when you detox, your body flush out toxins, you're not supposed to feel good whilst you detox. And that is something that not a lot of people talk about when you switch to a vegan diet, a healthy vegan diet, is that you will experience sporadical detox symptoms, and that is all the shit coming out of your body. Whoever has taken the time to listen to this, thank you. I wish you a beautiful day, and just remember to be kind. That's all. Just learn to be kind. Hi, Kukaki.